Hello, good morning to the first people that are here. I am going to wait a few minutes, see if some of the usual crew shows up, and then I will explain what I've been doing pre-market in the Asia sessions and the London sessions, and talk about what's been going on with my accounts today. But right now we're looking at NASDAQ. On the 1 hour chart, we've got 8 minutes until the New York Open. People starting to trickle in. If you found your way here, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't think I'm glad you made it to the right one. I don't really know what happened. My stream wasn't working. Good morning. My stream wasn't working correctly when I tried to get it going. So hopefully I don't have a lot of other people in some other room. In fact, I'm going to go check and make sure. But good morning, a brand new start. It's been a relatively good day so far in trading. Cannot complain. I'll start to go over some of the things that I did today in Asia and London sessions. And yeah. So first things first, most importantly, I think it's this one. I hit $200 today in this XFA, and that is the 5th day. Good morning, Oliver. So happy to have you here. Just talking about what I have done with my accounts today. I made $200 in this account today. That is my 5th day of over $200. So I will be taking a payout of $2,100. In the end, they will be giving me 90% of that, so it'll be just under $2,000. but we can see here. Trades have been okay. The balance is at almost 13,000. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals payout. So we'll be making a little bit of money there. In this account, we're at 3,900, another $200 day. We are 1 day away from another $2,000. So yeah, I know. Yeah, the payouts are the best part of this. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, if tomorrow I get another $200 day in this account, that'll be close to $4,000 in this week. And I will be ending the month at around plus $14,000 in payouts. So it's been a good month. Cannot complain. One of the things that I was saying yesterday is I was $60 away from making this XFA, but I woke up in the morning and they said I'd passed, even though the consistency rule wasn't entirely there. But hey, Topstep said I passed. You know, they said they're ready to make this an XFA account. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. I opened up the XFA. I've got a new XFA today. Now, I have had a journey today with this XFA. You know, what I've been trying to do essentially all day is just buy the NASDAQ. You know, starting here, and then it's coming down. And this right here, when I see the candles kind of follow that upper band when it's coming from the buy side, I really like this as a good signal to buy. Good morning, avocados. So right here, within these few hours, from about 3 to 6, I was looking to buy. Now, the problem was I didn't have my stops wide enough, and I was scaling into contracts when I should have been scaling in. I ended up going minus $3,000 in this account. And then I caught this move right here, and I made all of it back. So I got out with $87 so far. We're going to keep trading it and see how it goes. Have you ever seen the show Final Space? By the way, New York Open is now. We are in the New York Open. I'm going to be looking to buy again. I do kind of want to see some confirmation, see what happens when the bar closes. Maybe looking to buy around here. Also considering buying around here. We do have some news today. We have home sales and consumer confidence in 30 minutes. So that might affect prices. And then later on in the day, at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have FOMC minutes. So it's two things to consider for trading today. Yeah, Final Space is like an adult-oriented cartoon, not as adult as like South Park or Family Guy, but you know, it's still a cartoon that's not necessarily meant for all the children in the world. Really good, really good. There is a character in it named Avocado, and that character has a son named Little Cado. So yeah, the name Cado, it rings a bell. It reminds me of Final Space. Highly recommended. Now, to make that $3,000 back, I was in for 3 contracts right around here where I bought the NASDAQ. And, you know, maybe if I was a little bit more patient, maybe I would have held on. You know, I could see a much larger move. For buys today, I'm looking to at least hit this target at 2155. 21,055. Yeah, it's a great show. Highly recommended. But yeah, buys today. A great price to buy, I would say 20,876. And what is that? 70 points later. 70 points to the upside. 2155. But we do got to see what happens with news. So I'm going to try and be patient today, especially with this account, just because I was so far down and I made all of it back, and I really don't want to squander those gains that I saw making all that money back. And I am in that combine that we were trading yesterday. Man, so if you remember at the end of the stream yesterday, I took that buy, which got stopped out maybe 5 minutes later. I said I wasn't going to trade anymore. That was wrong. I immediately reversed the position, and I made all those losses back plus a little bit more. And then I woke up to being only up about $450. Even though, you know, when I went to bed, I was up over $1,000 in this account. Which means that I must have had an order placed somewhere that I didn't realize. And then the order must have filled and then lost $600 by the end of the day. Which is kind of lucky, you know. I feel like it could have been a lot more. But yeah, I woke up to a balance that I, you know, wasn't too thrilled to see. I don't really know what happened. Topstep changed the lockout feature. Oh yeah, you can change the times. Is that what you mean, Avocado? I have seen that. Yeah, if we click here, we can customize the time. I know you can't see on the stream, but we got 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, all day. Yeah, I did see that. I've locked myself out of 2 accounts today. Taken the payout from this account, gonna make $2,000. Locked myself out of this account. One more day, $200, and I'll make another $2,000 for the week. So hopefully $4,000 for the week. And we are trading 1 XFA today and 1 combine. Now, remember, I'm by the day realizing that, you know, I am more profitable and more profitable trading during Asia and London sessions in pre-market. So I really, really have to be patient because I don't want to see any big losses today. Avocado's locked himself out for the day. Avocado's, you in the green? You in the green, or you taking losses? Oliver, what are your thoughts on the day? You got any biases? You got any trades you're looking for? Dopamine, what about you? Anything you're looking for? Any open positions out there? Locked himself out in the green. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for retracement in the NASDAQ before going long. 1 stop loss and then Q already. Yeah, those can hit you quick. I mean, it's just so important to keep these wide stops. Did it move into the direction that you thought it would right afterwards? Yeah, I got stopped out over here earlier in the day. I got stopped out again over here. Looking to short NQ. Yeah, that's a scary trade. I mean, right now we are at a slight level of resistance, but it looks like it's trying to make a strong enough move to break through. If I'm looking for shorts today, I'm looking at shorts at 21.085-ish to 21.090. That's where I'd be looking for shorts. Right now I got a little bit of JOMO watching this price move up. I was long 3 contracts. I got out right around here. I mean, I would assume that they're only closed on Thanksgiving Day, but let me check. They're closed at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we will have a trading day tomorrow. But once the market closes at 4 p.m., it will not open again until Friday. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it looks like pretty much everything is done trading Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, well, it looks like it opens... It opens Friday at 5 p.m. So you don't even get like regular trading hours. Like you'll get a little bit of after hours. But yeah, I mean, it's essentially the weekend. So most of us can think of tomorrow being the last trading day of the week. Which is perfect for me because I will not be streaming anyways. Let's take a look around the horn. See what's going on in some of these other markets. Crude oil. We're at a good point of resistance right here. That was respected. Maybe if it comes back up around here or even the $70 mark, I would think about selling. I have not been happy with buying crude lately. I'm only selling. No, it's not really celebrated. I mean, I do have groups of American friends that kind of, you know, make their own little celebration, but it's definitely not like it is back home. Gold's been kicking my ass lately. I honestly just don't even want to trade gold at all. However, we could be looking at a very strong move to the downside. if we break this level of support, which I'm going to make a line for right now. If we break this level of support, I mean, we are kind of hitting a trend line right now. But yeah, if we break this level of support, I could see a downward move all the way down to 2560s, which would be a ton of money. But like I said, gold's been kicking my ass. I'm not really going to look at gold right now. S&P 500. Kind of getting close to testing the upper band of the cloud. We will wait and see. Take a look at higher time frames. Higher time frames are definitely a buy on the S&P. The daily is also a definite buy on the S&P. Can the S&P push to higher highs? That is the million-dollar question. You know, this is... It wouldn't be unheard of to see some retracement here, just because we're so close to those all-time highs. Ooh, look at that NASDAQ chart. Can you tell I've been trading NASDAQ for a while? All right, let's go to a 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, the daily's a buy. The 4-hour is definitely a buy. And, God, I mean, look at this 4-hour cloud. What a great move that would have been if you were here, you know, essentially 4 hours ago. Was that 2 p.m. for me? 2 a.m.? Yeah, that's a really good move off the cloud. Another thing that I should be looking at, thoughts on YM, thoughts on Dow. Let's take a look at Dow real quick. I mean, from what I haven't looked too much. Well, you know, if I was trading the Dow, I mean, we've got a little ways to go before we start testing this cloud, but if over the next few hours, you know, this cloud is respected, I would definitely consider buying. You know, this is also, price really likes to find these like flat levels of the cloud. You know, I would look at this level, and then obviously down here for buy opportunities. With that said, you know, it's always going to be best to wait for the candle to close before making that decision. And it's always going to be best to see if more than one candle. So it might take a few hours to see if there really is a buy opportunity, or if you want to be super aggressive and jump right in. You know, that's always possible too. But I wouldn't buy until we reach 444, 474. Until we reach 474, that's where I'd buy. And that's also kind of like a gap fill right there too. All right, let's go back. Where's just for shits and giggles, I want to see what's happening with Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, on the 1 hour chart, Bitcoin is definitely a sell. You know, that does look like a good buy opportunity, but all-time highs couldn't be respected. But if you want to buy low, you know, maybe it's okay. I wouldn't want to buy like actual Bitcoins until maybe 76. But I haven't bought any Bitcoin ever. You are most welcome, avocado. Let's go back to NASDAQ. I'll look at NASDAQ here. And I'll look at S&P 500. over here. Yeah, the biggest thing is just going to be waiting for this news. This news is happening in 13 minutes. We got 13 minutes till news, so, you know, be careful with opening up any new positions. Definitely be careful. And also, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna order some Korean chicken because I am hungry and I want to eat after the stream. Did you guys eat breakfast? What'd you have for breakfast today? I typically don't eat breakfast at all. I just eat lunch and dinner. We're looking at daily highs. Both avocado and dopamine having tea for breakfast. Yeah, not my kind of breakfast. But if it works for you, it works for you. Waiting for 9 a.m. Central. You're going to try and trade the news? Ugh, I really wish I held on to those 3 contracts here. That would have been a $10,000 trade. Maybe it was down here. But either way, at several points in the day I went long 3 contracts in my account, and I got scared and let go of it. Yeah, dopamine, what are you trading? Trading gold a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's working out for someone. Gold, like I said, has been kicking my ass. Gold has not been nice to me. Oh, would have loved to have been part of that move. Jomo. I love it. I love missing that move so much. I've been longing gold all day. I mean, that's why I'm seeing profits here. That's why I brought this account. You know, this, like I said, this account was down $3,000 earlier in the day, and I brought it back on 3 contracts. I just didn't hold on to it. I would have made another $5,000 if I stayed in that trade. But yeah, I mean, I brought this account back longing NQ. I got both of these $200 from longing NQ, and this should be more. This should be a lot more. Made some stupid trades in there. Went short, reverse trades after I got stopped. It was stupid. But yeah, that $1,000 has come from longing NQ as well. And like, if I had just longed for like 5 or 6 contracts, this, you know, the daily profit target would be done already. Where is my dang chicken place? We got 9 minutes until news. 9 minutes until news. Chicken. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Oil's tough just because it's like super fundamental. I think oil is more fundamental than technical analysis than price action. Like, yes, price action is, price action has an effect on every market essentially, and so do fundamentals. But I do think some more than others. The balance is slightly shifted, and I think oil is one of those where fundamentals play just like such a huge part. We're going to take a look at the Edge Finder Pro, see if there's any setups today. S&P 500 is getting a bullish rating. Okay. So that's something to consider. S&P 500 getting a bullish rating on the fundamental indicator by Trader Nick. If you haven't checked out Trader Nick, definitely go check out the channel from Trader Nick. Again, I have been given permission by the people at Trader Nick to use and stream this indicator. So by all means, this is okay. Also, I highly recommend getting it. There is if you are interested in this kind of fundamental information, there's a Black Friday sale where it's like 50% or 40% off. So it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but for somebody who really wants to be more involved with fundamentals, doesn't really have the time or know-how to do all the work myself, this is a really, really great tool. What does it say for gold? Gold is neutral. Gold is very neutral right now. Yeah, it really is a nifty tool. And I paid for it with Topstep payouts. So, all right, commitment trader data. Looks like most of the institutional money is bullish. It looks like we added longs. Looks like most retail traders are long. And it's a very neutral reading, but yeah, that's a few things to consider. And one of the things that NQ's nasty this morning. I mean, it's been on a pretty decent trend. If you're looking at the cloud and the 1 hour chart, we got some great buy opportunities here, some more really good buy opportunities here. I'm going to be looking for price to come back down here before I buy. But yeah, I'm going to be going long, even though, and it's one of the things that will have the worst impact about this indicator is I don't want to be married to this idea that the S&P has to make a upside move because there's a bullish reading. When that's not the case, it very well could make a huge move to the downside and still have a bullish rating. I would then kind of expect a bullish move after a large retracement. But this definitely doesn't mean that the S&P 500 is 100% going to have an uptrend today. But it is something I like to see when considering longs in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ because they seem to follow each other. Where the NASDAQ is just a bit more chaotic. Man, if I can't find this chicken, I'm going to be so sad. Maybe I can like check my history. It's linked, but you can't see all the tickers on the drop-down menu even though the settings are set to see them all. You mean here? That's where you can't see things? I mean, you know, my first thought is try refreshing. Press the reset button. Where do we see the reset button? I think I found the chicken. Most importantly, we got 2 minutes until news. 2 minutes until news. Traders, beware. The arrow on the upper right. The arrow on the upper right. The links are the same color. You got this link here, and then do you have them at the same color? Let me get rid of this logo for a second. Like that's purple and that's purple. Yeah, I mean, that's about as far as I know. And the eye is visible. Okay, so that eye is visible. I mean, you know, if you left click, you can change the color. News! News is out. News is out, and we are making a move to the downside. We are testing the upper band of the 1 hour cloud. You know, still too soon to, you know, there could be a violent move in any direction still. You know, if I'm buying right now, I'm buying over here. Or maybe here. But if things start to settle down, I mean, this is just a combine. Looks like buyers are stepping up. No, I'm happier buying here. I'm happier buying here, I think. Or I could just go for a quick trade. A cheap trade, maybe.
Order filled. Order filled.
I bought one. I don't like it. And I'm out.
Order filled.
That was a stupid trade. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to get into this 20,883 area. But the good news is that I found the chicken. Dopamine, how is that not like the first thing you do? Oi, Zoy, oi. Yeah, that's gotta be... that's gotta be protocol number 1, right? Yeah, I mean, don't we all? Yeah, I'm not feeling too great about longs right now. It just seems like if we would make a move to the upside, that like buyers would really step up. And I don't really see it happening. Oh, well, maybe there. Jomo, I love missing out. So usually I would like to set my profit targets at, this is hard to explain. And thank you for joining, Elmir. That's a new name, new face. Happy to have you here. Typically I would like to set profit targets if I am waiting for the largest amount of profits. What I would consider to be at profit target level 2. You know, when I make a trade, I kind of identify what is the first profit target, what is the second profit target, what is the third profit target. So, for instance, here, I was buying NASDAQ earlier right here. We're at a level of support. We are at the upper band of the cloud. Price had been kind of moving with the cloud as the cloud is ascending. This is a really good buy setup for me. So my first profit target is going to be right here at the tallest end of the cloud. So that would have been my first profit target, and that's essentially where I got out. And that ended up being a $3,000 trade for me. So that was a really good trade. However, I have found that in really strong moves, price will pass my first profit target and hit my second profit target. And my second profit target is wherever I've identified some sort of support or resistance. So my second profit target is going to be up here at this yellow line. So those would be the trades that I'm really looking for if I'm being my most aggressive and most patient. You know, buy here, maybe sell one contract here, and then set my final profit target here and go break even after my first profit target hits. But I like to, I use the cloud as levels of support and resistance. And I essentially draw these lines that identify levels of support and resistance, and I just keep them on. I extend them right, and I keep them on forever. And, you know, they seem to be respected sometimes as time goes on. So I hope that kind of explains how I identify my profit targets. And whether I trade profits early or hold on, honestly, it's usually based off of my profit and loss. And I know that's not a quality that many traders will say to have, and I know that it's not great. But for me, that's just how I trade sometimes. Like I was saying earlier. In this account right here, in this XFA, I was down $3,000 earlier today, and I bought in for 3 contracts right around here. And I got out right around here because I saw that, I had made all that money back, and I just got out. Now, if that was the beginning of the day and I hadn't taken losses, I would probably be waiting to get this, but I'd move my stop a little bit, and maybe I'd get out early if I think this cloud won't be respected. Or maybe I'd get out early because of the news. And I don't want to get just absolutely smashed by news. So there's a lot of different factors that will help me decide if I get out of a trade early or not, or if I just wait for longer profit targets. We're going to go back to this combine. Yeah, and I would say that we're at a point where most of the... You know what? The other thing that I'm looking at right now is the S&P 500. And we are coming really close to testing this cloud. However, it's not the strongest buy in the world because within the next few hours, this cloud starts descending. A lot of times, price will follow the cloud. So, buying here is not an A+ setup for me. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I can't really do 50K combines anymore. My suggestion for me, and I was in that scenario, and this is exactly how I played it. I started with a 50K combine. The first combine that I passed was a 50K combine. Hey, Darg. We went long, and that OPEC rumor came out of nothing. Big spike at the right time. Yeah. No, I didn't long crude oil today. I've been longing NQ, and those have been some poorly executed trades, but in the end, some pretty quality trades, and ended up being a little bit profitable. So I've been sticking to NQ today. Been sticking to NASDAQ. I would buy S&P 500 around here if this horizontal line is tested. What was I saying? Oh, talking about 50K combines. My first combine was a 50K combine, and the first combine that I passed was a 50K combine, and I brought it to an XFA, and I pretty quickly made $3,000, and I withdrew $1,500 after 5 days, and I pretty much immediately blew up the account right after that. But I used that $1,500 to start buying 150K XFAs or 150K combines, and from there, it's like I bought combines. I've brought some of them to XFAs. Excuse me. And I've made profits from them. And I've made a decent amount of profits from them. And I will always use the profits that I make from payouts to buy more combines until I essentially have 5 XFAs. This month, I am guaranteed 12,000 in payouts, and if I get one more $200 day in this account, I'll be taking out another $2,000, so that'll be somewhere between 13 and 14,000 in payouts this month. And I'm sure I will spend some of that on new combines and hopefully new XFAs. I would love to have 5 XFAs. I don't want to keep doing combines. Yep, green is what counts in the end. Do I trade micros? Not really. The only time that I've really traded micros is when I'm in a combine and I need like $10 left to pass. That's the only time I really trade combines. Yeah, cloud looks very different in different time frames. I do not suggest using the cloud on lower time frames. It's like anything under 30 minutes I don't think is very reliable. And honestly, I find the hour to be the most reliable for day trading. Especially when you can't swing trade. The hour seems to be the one that's like the sweet spot. But, you know, I was just saying this before, if you take a look at the 4 hour on the NASDAQ, let me put that logo back up there. If you take a look at the 4 hour on the NASDAQ, you know, we do see some wicks that are going through the top end of the cloud, but, you know, it keeps making its way over. You know, this is definitely not a bad buy opportunity right here. Whoop. Or if you were buying down here, you know, the problem with higher time frames is higher risks. Whenever you're trading higher time frames, you know, your stop losses end up being greater because you're identifying greater levels of support and resistance. Do I copy trade? No, I never copy trade. The reason that I don't do that is because I don't want to blow up 5 accounts at once. I just want to blow up 1 account at a time. And with the way I trade, it is not that unreasonable. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear about that. Does anybody here copy trade? Yeah, me too. We are at a point where I'm starting to think that we're not really going to have enough strength after that bit of news. It's already been 15 minutes since that news. We're getting close to testing the cloud here, and we have been testing the cloud. I'm going to go ahead and buy 1 contract right here. It's not at the best level if I'm thinking about testing the cloud. You know, right here would have been much better, but it's not horrible. You know, the one thing that does kind of scare me is that we have this descending cloud right here. It would not surprise me if price gets into this level. But, you know, that's more likely to happen a little bit later in the day. I'm going to put my profit target a little bit aggressive. 2105. Oof, that is a lot. This is where I want to leave my stop right here. But I'll be a little bit smarter with risk management. I'll leave it here with the possibility of losing all my schmeckles. If we do come down here, I'm going to buy in for another contract for sure. How long ago was? Yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna buy one
Order
contract
filled.
here. Move my stop up a little bit to mitigate that risk. And move it right back down. And buy one
Order
more.
filled.
How many weeks ago was the election? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm already kind of feeling like this isn't the best trade. I might just try and get out at somewhere close to above break even. If you haven't seen or haven't noticed, I trade combines very aggressively. I'm very, very, very aggressive in my combines. You know, I would not be this aggressive in adding in contracts. 3 weeks. I wonder if I'm buying one more contract
Order
right
filled.
here. And honestly, just trying to get out. And I might... Yeah, I'm getting out
Order
early.
filled.
Getting out of that mess early, which I think is going to be the right idea. And I'm going to look to buy around here. And then maybe around here. Yeah, I wonder if the election... If the FOMC minutes will include discussions post-election or only pre-election. Let me see if I can Google that. Or if anybody knows, that would be great. Because I know FOMC minutes are minutes of meetings that happened 3 weeks ago. So that is right around the time of this election. Tools, if I search for the past 24 hours. So do I trade bonds? Not really. I don't trade bonds too much. You know, if I held on to those contracts, I could have got out with a little bit of profit or break even. But I got too scared. I mean, yeah, there is some liquidity. If there was no liquidity, then there wouldn't be a market. But It's certainly not as liquid as the NASDAQ. I mean, most of the futures are going to be Treasury notes. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe. Are those technically bonds? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if they're going to be as really more liquid than the S&P 500. I mean, yeah, I'll trust you. I will blindly trust you. All right, I'm going to smartly get in for one.
Order filled.
Ding dang. Ugh, that's still horrible. Just so much risk. I don't want to risk that much. I don't want to risk this much. Maybe I'll scalp some trades. I don't really ever scalp. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking of how many contracts are traded on the exchange. I would imagine that S&P 500 is the most, and probably has the most like market cap value. I don't think I can share any links in the chat. I'm gonna try and share a link and see if it works. Oh, it worked. So I just posted an article from Barron's. I'll show it on my screen too. Nah, I want to watch this trade. I'll show it for a second. It is an article that kind of describes how these FOMC minutes might affect markets. So that's something to consider, and especially with how markets have moved when Powell has spoken recently, especially about interest rate cuts. Yeah, so I would definitely be careful trading around these FOMC minutes, having any open positions around those FOMC minutes. And I'm going to buy one more.
Order filled.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be in a short-term range for the foreseeable future. To buy one
Order
more.
filled.
And I'm risking so much. Only in 3. Good morning, Walla. What is the tick value for ZN? I think ZN is like $25 a tick. Maybe somewhere closer to 12 or 15, but I think it's like 25. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? I don't know. Am I frozen? Good morning. Never mind. Not frozen for some of you, just for one of you. Yeah. NASDAQ being a bipolar schoolgirl at the moment. We got the whole family here. We got avocados, Darg, Dopamine, Oliver, Walla, Distortion Baby. We got a few new faces with Elmir. I think that's everyone. See, like right now, I could wait, but I just want to get
Order filled.
I just want to make that money back that I just lost. So yeah, it was a quick little $1,000 trade. I wanted to get out early. You know, it looked like we kept on bouncing around in this range. So I got out, made that money back real quick. Yeah, I mean that's why those 10-year bonds are not for me, or maybe those are 30-year bonds. Holy cow, they just move so freaking slow. I can't handle it. Oh, I need to check on my chicken. I will be right back. I need to inform some people to pick up my chicken. You just want to have a $200 day. Yeah, $200 days are good too. I really only focus on $200 days, you know, once I'm getting ready for payouts. And right here, this is $200 day number 5. So I'm getting a payout. I'm getting $2,000 this week. I need one more for this account to make another $2,000. So I like those $200 days too. Right now we're trading this combine, and as you know, maybe I want to trade this XFA. Maybe I'll just leave it alone. You know, it was a lot taking it down 3,000 and bringing it all back. I don't want to lose that money. So maybe I'll just wait for another day. I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put up this fancy thing and take away this fancy thing. I'll be right back in just a few moments. Yeah, I got that JOMO, that joy of missing out. I'm so happy I got out of that long, and that is sarcasm, because that would have been some substantial moolah. Yeah, markets are going to move a lot for the next 4 years, up and down. So, you know, I think it'll be a curse and a blessing. And a curse. Not always. I mean, pretty much immediately after the election, you know, we've really been in a downtrend for a while. You know, we've had this up and down retracement. I definitely think there's more room to the upside. You know, one thing to consider about markets and the new administration is the tariff policy. You know, I think if there's a 25% tariff on what was it, Mexican and Canadian goods, I definitely think that we will see a downturn. It might be short term, but there will definitely be a downturn in the market. However, I do think that as his administration continues to evolve monetary policy, and probably creating less regulations for bigger corporations, we will see some move to the upside as well. Yeah, I would love to have some sort of Twitter following system of Trump where I don't have to actually follow him, because I feel like it's just mostly nonsense. Why do I have chicken? Because I am hungry and I want to eat chicken. Oh, Walla, you're a pure vegetarian. I mean, I admire that. Absolutely. I wish I could be a vegetarian, but I certainly cannot. I am a carnivore at heart. But, you know, it would be great to be a vegetarian. What time is it? 10:35. 10:35. We're gonna be in this range until FOMC minutes. And these FOMC minutes don't come for another. Don't drink and smoke. Yeah, I mean, again, very admirable, Walla. Literally quite the opposite again from me. But you know, like, I appreciate all vibes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with staying away from the drink and the smoke. Lack of discipline. Yeah, exactly. 100% that is a lack of discipline. I have no discipline when it comes to eating. But also, I love barbecue. I can't get enough of barbecue. Yeah, like I said, I really wouldn't be surprised if we stay in this pretty short range. Let's take a look at a 5-minute. Ignore the cloud. Yeah, I mean, maybe consider. I mean, even this 5-minute cloud works, but again, that 5-minute cloud works. Clouds are less reliable in lower time frames. There's a lot of noise. Golly, I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of surprising. We can see here. We can see here. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we are in. Let me see if I can draw something cool. I want to draw maybe a price range. And extend right. Can I extend that right? Extend right. Yeah. I kind of figure we're going to be in that range until FOMC minutes. I could be entirely wrong, but that would be my guess. Later distortion, baby. Hello, Mo. Oh man, you're gonna have to help me pronounce that one. Sroji. Sroji, happy to see the new name. Happy to see a new face. Welcome to the club. We've got a great little family here. And everyone is family. Yeah, I haven't been to the gym in a while too, and that's just because of the lack of discipline. There are plenty of gyms. I just need to go. But sleeping and trading and sometimes video gaming is so much more fun. What just happened? Oh, I hate running so much. I've never had a runner's high in my life. If I got a runner's high, I'm sure I would run all the damn time. But yeah, I mean, especially, some of you might know this. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force. I spent 4 years in the Air Force. After that, I'm just like, no more running. I hate running. I appreciate it, Elmir, and you know, I agree. You know, I've kind of impressed myself with my trading, and I definitely know that discipline is something that I need to improve. You know, I speak about it pretty much every single stream. I talk about how I need to be more patient. So yeah, I totally agree. Do I work a 9 to 5? Yes, I do. I do live in Southeast Asia. Shout out to all my Asians out there. I feel like some of you, I know at least one of you is living in Asia these days. Yeah, I work a 9 to 5. I come home, I take a rest, and then New York Open is at about 9:30 at night for me. So work, rest, trade, rinse and repeat. Yeah, I'd much rather be cycling, and honestly, if there's a pool with warm water, I'm more interested in swimming. All right, I'm going to go back to the hour chart. Oh, if I held on to those 3 contracts, it would have looked so good. I've got the Jomo. It feels so good to be missing out on that trade. Oh, I could never take a cold shower. If my shower was cold, I just would stop showering. I mean, I have just re-signed a new contract with my work that lasts for 2 years. So I definitely won't be making that switch for the next 2 years. With that said, you know, I think after 2 years, it would be a great time to evaluate, see how, if I've maintained consistency in profits, see, you know, what kind of account that I've built from payouts. You know, right now I have absolutely no interest in trading a personal account. I don't want to risk that capital, and you know, there are times where I blow accounts, I blow combines, I blow XFAs, I'll lose, you know, $4,500 in a day. I can do that in a prop firm when it only costs $150 or $300, and I'm still making a decent amount in payouts every month. So, you know, all of those things are things I would consider, and I would essentially reevaluate the situation in 2 years and see if it's time to leave, see if it's time to be a full-time trader. As much as I have no interest also in being a live funded trader in Topstep, I would like to have brought an account to 50,000 within that time and essentially becoming a live funded trader. Camera's back on. I've been trading on and off for a while. I kind of started 15 years ago, and then I took a long break. But you know, I'm happy to say that I found the cloud fairly early in my journey. You know, it wasn't something that anybody taught me. It was just kind of me looking at indicators, looking at strategies, and seeing what I liked. However, I didn't really create this, and I say I create, but I certainly didn't create it. I'm sure somebody else has created it far before me. It's just that the way I trade the cloud is very different from how trading the cloud is taught. So kind of recognizing this pattern and seeing price test the cloud and trading that as a strategy, pretty much this year. I've been doing that since the beginning of the year. What do I mean by Elmir? That's for Elmir. Yeah, Elmir can answer that one. Yeah, essentially what Topstep has said is that if you have multiple XFAs and you bring one of those, my understanding is that once you bring an XFA to $50,000, you essentially become a live funded trader. Maybe they will shoulder tap you before then, but if you hit $50,000, I think it's part of their policy where they will bring you to a live funded trading account. However, you know, how can I describe that? If we go here and I go here, so you can see my total P&L for this account is almost $13,000, but my balance is $4,200. That is because I've been taking payouts. So essentially what Topstep is saying is that if you bring this total P&L to $50,000, you will be a live funded trader. At that time, you have the option to take your balance and all of your other XFAs and transfer that to your new live account, or you can take a payout. But if you do become a live funded trader, you cannot refuse. If you do refuse, your account is done, and I think you kind of just have to start over. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are, Topstep can't make money on every single customer they have if there are customers that are profitable. But if you try and subvert the rules, that's when you would get banned. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to... It would make sense to take payouts, but honestly, if I became a live funded trader, I would want my balance to be as high as possible. That way, I have some room to work with. And, my trading would have to be, a lot different. If you become a live trader, can you still trade your XFA accounts? No. They will merge all of your XFAs together into one live account. And you don't need to take payouts. Like I said, you can just merge them. But, I mean, the other thing is getting to a live account, like, you don't really have to worry about that until this number right here says 50,000. And for most of us, that's no easy feat. Almir is single-handedly carrying Topstep. Yeah, I mean, that I'm sure Topstep is happy with how much of my payouts I reinvest back into Topstep. I'm sure that's one of the the things that they appreciate about my accounts. If they were ever to look at my accounts. If we come back down to this level before FOMC, I am definitely going to buy a cheap buy, but I would be looking to take a long here. I mean, I could be wrong, Dark. However, my understanding is that bringing your P&L in one account to 50 grand. And if it is amongst all withdrawals, we will see, because I'm about 20 grand away from that. Yeah, I overtrade when I'm down, and I either make it back or I blow the account. Like I did today in this combine. It wasn't on the stream, thank God, but yeah, this combine was down $3,000, brought it back up to plus $100, then made a $1,000 trade, then lost $1,000, then made another $1,000 trade. So we are at least up on the day $1,000 in this combine. Apteros. I'm going to Google that now. One prop firm I wouldn't mind trying one day is E8, I think. But it's so damn expensive. Ooh. Apteros website scares me. This is not a very up-to-date website, we'll see. Or we'll say. But you trade live capital on Apteros, so no sim trading. All of these XFAs are sim trading, so that's one thing. Isn't ES for Forex trading? What? Can you explain that or rephrase that question so that I can understand it a little better? Yeah, this website has some serious HTML vibes. Yeah, I don't see anything about like a combine or how much any of these things cost. Yeah. I mean, I think that's one thing that would keep me away from Apteros is you only get to keep 60% of your profits. You know, 90% is starting to feel like, because I am at a point where I've made over 10,000 in withdrawals from Topstep. So you know, I'm at a point where the 10% I lose is, you know, starting to hurt a little bit. Not too much, but it does mean that for this payout that I am taking tomorrow, you know, what 2100, 2125, 2125 times 0.9, not quite 2000, 1900, but I'll live with that. Okay, yeah, I mean that also that 1.5K in a day, but then also if you're trading live capital from the start, how are they making money? If most traders lose money, how is that? How much are you paying for Apteros? You know, Topstep is making so much damn money because none of this is real trading. Going back to our combine. I know, right? I have, it's our phrase of the day, phrase of the month, phrase of the year, phrase of the decade, phrase for the rest of my life. I've got such amazing JOMO. I'm so happy. There's so much joy from exiting that trade a little way too early. I do think that when FOMC minutes hits, we are going to see a big move in one of these directions. Whether it's to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way up here. Is that all-time highs? It's close to all-time highs. Or if we go down, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to 20,400. Yeah, I should employ a daily loss limit, but I don't really. Yeah, one thing to think about for the FOMC minutes is that, take a look at what happened the last time Chairman Powell spoke about him saying, there's no real hurry to implement any more interest rate cuts. Well, typically that would suggest a move to the upside. That had a move to the downside last time. In fact, I think that's essentially... Is that when this happened? Yeah, look. Powell spoke here? Here? Powell spoke here. Here. And we saw a huge move to the downside. With that said, if FOMC minutes just kind of echoes what Powell was, said a few weeks ago, we could see over the next 2 days, things go a bit crazy. I'm gonna buy one here.
Order filled.
One contract. Cheap trade.
Order filled.
Not the cheapest trade. Not a very good entry, but we are testing the cloud. And I'm scalping this one. I'm out.
Order filled.
I want to be entering down here. I don't want to be entering right here. It's too much risk. Top firms, Apteros 13 and many others are real prop firms. I love Topstep. I'm not using anything other than Topstep right now. I won't touch Apex. Apex scares the bejesus out of me. As some might say, my heebies are jeebied when it comes to Apex. I've never really considered my funded futures. Yeah, I understand that, but also I'm not really looking to become a senior or head of desk at Topstep. I just want money. Why does Apex scare me? One, people have had some really negative experiences with Apex. So that's one reason. Take my hands down until it's time to place my trade. Yeah, but look at that. I got scared. I got out. That would be a few $100s. That would have been a nice little trade for me to take right here. People have had some negative experiences with Apex. However, the thing that is most unattractive to me about Apex is their policy with their trailing loss limit, where Topstep's trailing loss limit is adjusted at the close of every day. Apex's trailing loss limit is adjusted at the unrealized profit of every trade. So that means if you are up $4,000 in a trade and then you close that trade at, up $2,000, then your trailing loss has moved $4,000 from where you last were, because it is adjusted by the unrealized profit and loss. That's enough to keep me awake pretty much forever. And then the drama isn't good. They're like I've said, there's a lot of drama. Yeah, the unrealized profit trailing loss limit is absolutely insane. Yeah, Tradeify, I don't really know. Is that a prop firm? All right, slightly better website. Not great, but not horrible. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that being too difficult for me, what you're saying with my funded futures, just because I hold on to my positions typically for a rather long time. I'm not, like, usually scalping. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, there are a lot of different prop firm options. However, there's a reason that there's a reason that Topstep is the biggest player in the game. And I'm sure a lot of these other prop firms offer some really cool stuff, but I am so happy with Topstep that I really don't even need to consider any other prop firm. I know. You want to know where the real money's at is creating your own prop firm. If you can create your own prop firm, you have that kind of capital. Whew. I would love to make some Topstep money. Ooh, dopamine. What is this straight to funded? That sounds interesting. I mean, December is typically a very, a very decent month of bullish returns in markets because of the holiday season. Straight to sim funded. I'm looking at the straight to sim funded right now. $700 for a 150K plan. You know what though? They can call it a 25K account. They can call it a 50K account. They can call it 100K, 150K. None of those numbers matter because you're typically never trading as many contracts as required through the initial margin. The only thing that matters is your drawdown. That's what you're paying for. So they might as well call the 150K account the $7,500 drawdown, which is pretty cool. $7,500 for $700, kind of expensive. $620 for $5,000 drawdown. I need to see what their consistency rates mean on Tradeify. 20%, that's not great. For me to have that kind of drawdown with Topstep, it only cost me $300. And that's, twice as much on Tradeify. So I'll be sticking to Topstep. Yeah, I hear what you mean. Yeah, just open a combine. Pass your combine. Start an XFA. Also, fair warning, I've got 50 minutes left in stream here today. I'm hoping that I can stay awake until FOMC, but I might have to get some sleep. Yeah, and we're just gonna fart around in this range until FOMC minutes anyways. They have good sales. Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested in seeing those sales. Maybe they have a Christmas sale. Maybe they should have a Black Friday sale. Man, I need... Once I started streaming, I stopped watching Topstep X because I'm here. Or I stopped watching Topstep TV. I really do enjoy Topstep TV most of the time. Sometimes it's a little annoying. But where was I going with this? Oh, you know, when I was watching Topstep TV, they would do fire sales. You know, I'd get free resets, free combines, and yeah, I mean that's been one of the drawdowns. I haven't had a free reset or a free combine in next to forever. So if any of you ever hear of free Topstep resets or free Topstep combines, please do let me know. It would be greatly appreciated. I would love for price to come down to this 20,920 level within the next 50 minutes. How did I get a free combine? Topstep has sales. I remember when Topstep X was just released, they were offering, I think, one free combine or maybe half priced until the account was blown. Or yeah, something like that. I mean, they have different promotions where they will absolutely do free resets and free combines. You just kind of have to pay attention to them. And then if you watch Topstep TV, every now and then, and it's completely random, they'll have these things called fire sales. And in the fire sales, they will give away some combines or resets. Yeah, maybe Christmas. All right, we're making a move to the downside. We are testing that point right here at the top of the cloud. Maybe it's respected. However, this is not an A+ setup. You know, we are immediately hitting a descending cloud. It would not surprise me if price goes down here. I don't really think it will because we've just been in this waiting game range, but it is definitely plausible. You know, even if I take a trade here, I would love to put my risk down here, my stop loss down here, but that's just too much risk. So I'll make it a cheap trade. I'll probably keep it somewhere around here if this level hits. Yeah, 40 40% straight to funded. I would, next time you hear about that, let me know, because I would hop on that actually. I would hop on that for the 150K account simply because there's 7,500 drawdown. And right now I'm only playing with 4,500 drawdown. So to increase that by 3 grand would be very nice. What's 40% off 700? 700 times 700 times 0.6. 420. So it'd be $420 if there was 40% off to start that 150K sim to funded. Vulcan, what's happening? There's a familiar face I haven't seen in a little bit. How's your day going? How's your trading going? Any open positions? Any profitable trades? Oh, thank you, Vulcan. I appreciate that. Yeah, like the stream, subscribe, join the Discord. Links in the description. And, yeah, talk to me in the chat. Yeah, we've taken a few trades today. Talked about some of my other accounts. We're up 1,000 in this combine. I ended up bringing this brand new XFA, started today. As you can see, the max loss limit is at minus 4,500. Yeah, I mean, we're in a range right now. You know, what I would be scared of is these FOMC minutes. These FOMC minutes, I think, has the potential. I mean, you know, we never know what's going to happen, but there's definitely potential for a huge move. Big move. So we will see. Yeah, congrats, Vulcan, on your lack of trading today. Oh, but you did long. Now I see that you long NASDAQ, made 400. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, if you take a look at what the NASDAQ has been doing today, there has been so many great long opportunities. And you know, like I said, this is a decent setup right here. It's not the best. Certainly not the best. Because this cloud is descending. But hell, right here, this is where you buy. And I did go long. I went long 3 contracts here. I took 3,000 out of that. Hell yeah. I forget. It's been so long since I've had a 50K account. What is the end goal? Like, what is the profit target you have to hit? Is it 4,000? 54,000? Good night, Walla. Always a pleasure to have you here. As a friendly reminder, I mean, one, I only stream Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So for any of you new people here, I don't have the time. I don't have the 3,000. Hell yeah, you're close to, very close to making it to an XFA. I only stream Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I need to take some time off from streaming. Also, we've got a holiday coming up. So tomorrow I will be streaming again, and that will be our last stream for the week. So hope to see you again tomorrow, Walla. Wow, that's wild. 3K. That just seems wild to me, just because in so many of these XFAs, I'm looking to make 4,500 in one day. No, I mean, not for me. Not for me, not for my strategy. just because the loss limit it's too little. You know, like I was saying today, this XFA I started today, I brought this down $3,000 earlier today. This account would have been done, but I made it all back. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about the loss limit. You know, it's also about the amount of contracts I can trade too. You know, if I can't trade 3 contracts to start, I will be very antsy. Not that I always trade 3 contracts, but I like having those 3 to start. Yeah, like if any of you saw that video I made on my $10,000 trade, that was on this XFA. That was the very first day of the XFA. You can see that here. You can see that right here. The very first day of the XFA. That was only because I could trade 3 contracts at a time. And that's not something that I can do with 50K combines. We're pushing lower. I mean, I gotta admit, I'm being real patient. I'm liking this discipline. I'm liking this patience. If it runs off without me, it's okay. I will have joy in missing out. Because that's how it works. We get JOMO here. We don't get FOMO. I love seeing those trends run off without me. Yeah, that's the other thing. The activation fee is still 150. Fengyu Yin. That's a new name, I think. Are you new here? Do I recognize your name from once before? Either way, happy to have you here. Happy to have you in chat. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of nice that, you know, whether it's a 150K account or 50K account, you know, it's only 100. It's still, you know, just a flat 150 to activate that XFA. So really, for a 50K account to activate it to an XFA costs you $200, and for a 150K account, it costs $300. Yeah, that is a really, really good point. Thank you for making that, Fengyu. Should I call you Fengyu or Yin? Yin might be a little bit easier. Yeah, I did recognize that. You haven't been here in a little while, but I did recognize it. Happy you made your way back. Happy you're back in the chat. Do I call you Fengyu or do I call you Yin? Maybe I'll call you like Chris. I don't know. Do you have some other name that I don't know of? Either way, how's your trading been today? Any open positions? Any good profits? Fengyu. Okay, I'll call you Fengyu. Fengyu, do you have any open positions? Have you made any trades today? How's it been going today? Cat down here that's sneaking into. She's stuck. What are you doing, you stupid cat? How did you get stuck like that? There you go. Yeah, Might have a secret nickname. Yeah, so one thing I will say, I did try trading forex pairs. Um, Overall consensus is I don't like trading forex. Forex is not for me. You are correct in realizing that the cloud works better on some instruments, some markets, rather than others. The cloud seems to work best with indices and commodities. And yeah, it might work some other times with other types of instruments, other types of markets. But it is really, this is from, some back testing that I've seen done from other people that have done some extensive back testing. By a percentage standpoint of how often the cloud is reliable and is a positive indicator of trends and profitable trades, Ichimoku works best with indices and commodities. Yeah, I totally understand, Fangyu. I am 100% in the same boat. This account earlier in the day, no, not this account. This brand new XFA I just started was down $3,000 earlier today. I was fortunate enough to take 3 contracts long in NASDAQ right about here and bring it back up. For those of you that think I'm lying about my massive losses, one, you can see this horrible trade win rate. Oy, oy, oy. 17 losses to 7 wins. However, the wins have been much greater. Yeah, took some pretty big losses today in this account, but then finished it off with about $3 grand, bringing our total back up to 87.36. Had I held on to those longs, could have made some serious profit. Probably be up another $2,000-3,000. But I didn't do that, did I? For sure, yeah. I was meaning to do it last weekend. This is a time period in my 9 to 5 where we're getting towards the end of my contract. And although I am renewing my contract, I'm going to be taking off. Work for about 2 months, maybe a month and a half. And there's just so much work that needs to get done on my 9 to 5 that I'm just so busy. I hear you. I apologize that I'm late. This is something that people have said that they want to see an in-depth video of the Ichimoku. I will definitely do that soon. Hopefully this weekend. Maybe because I'll have some time off from trading with the holiday, I could even do it a little bit earlier. So I should be able to get it done this week. Yeah, I mean, my cloud rules are fairly simple. You just treat the cloud as support or resistance. However, and one of the things that helps me is kind of understanding all or most of the traditional rules of the Ichimoku cloud that help inform my decision making. So I'll go over all of that in the video. Yeah, I don't copy trade either. Copy trading scares me. Because then you just would have blown all those counts at once rather than not blowing it one by one. See, it's so much better not to copy trade. So you can take more time in blowing 3 counts. I totally understand. I don't mean to laugh at your misfortune, but I do see the comedy in all things. Can you buy from the red boxes of the cloud? Yeah, I mean, technically, I do not follow. That's what makes my strategy so different from, the traditional Ichimoku strategy, is that I will buy or sell at any point at any point of the chart, whether it's in the cloud, above the cloud, below the cloud. However, I do understand the rules of the traditional strategy and traditional setups of the Ichimoku that helps my decision making. So I'll definitely go over that. But, maybe I can explain a little bit. This green cloud just means that it's moving up. It is in an uptrend. And when price is above the cloud, that is a signal that we are in an uptrend, that we are in a bullish trend. Now, that doesn't mean that I would only buy above the cloud, because I like to trade support and resistance. Like, not FOMC minutes. If today was just a regular day with no news, if price came here, I would make a cheap sell trade and see if this level of support held or resistance held. Same with down here at these 20,420 levels. Price would be below the cloud. That means that it's an indicator of a bearish trend. But I would absolutely buy all day right here. And then if price breaks that, that would be a sign of a longer bearish run, where then I would sell. But I would definitely be looking for buys around 20,420. How many hours a day? Honestly, all day. Like, literally from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. There are some times where I've got to actually do some work. But, I'm fortunate enough to have one of those office jobs where I do get some free time, and, I do get a desk and a computer, and I can take a look at markets while I'm at work. While I'm not staring at charts like I do during streams, I definitely, keep an eye on markets throughout my day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, some of the best setups come at the London session. Some of the best setups come at the Asian sessions. It's really just, are you there at the right time? Do you see it happening at the right time? Like this, I was buying here. This was at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. for me. So this is essentially the Asia sessions. Here, I'm buying here. This is at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's, that's still in the London session. So it's, I'm fortunate being in Asia that I can wake up and just watch the market all day long. Thank you, Elmir. Yeah, I appreciate it. Happy to have you here. Hope you're here tomorrow. Yeah, speaking about being off to bed, I've got 30 minutes. Yeah, that would have been the Asia sessions. 30 minutes until I am done streaming until tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. And for those of you that will continue streaming, remember we have FOMC minutes at 1 p.m. Central. That's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we could see some very, very large moves. Happy to hear it, Elmir. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy trading. And let's make some profits together soon. Guys, I gotta admit, even though I haven't been the most patient today, like, I'm digging this patience and not trading at all right now. it feels kind of good. Happy to sit here and chat and wait for price to maybe. And see, that was the problem yesterday. Is literally as soon as I'm ending the trade, or as soon as I'm ending the stream, you know, the price goes to right where I'm looking for. Then of course it hits my stop like 2 seconds later. But yeah, maybe we'll run into that situation again today. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Partake in the, what flavor do we have today? Blueberry watermelon. Still rocking the blueberry watermelon. God, it seems like everybody was locked out of their accounts before the New York session today. Has anybody been trading during the New York session? Anybody have any open positions? Nope. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. So while we're here, you know, this is another thing that I'll describe about my strategy. You know, one thing I try and consider is the direction the cloud is moving in, or the direction that the band is moving in. Long gold since 2620, but going nowhere. Let's take a look at gold. I haven't been looking at gold a lot lately because it's been kicking my ass. I mean, oh, what a great setup right there, man. I've made the one payout. I'm getting the one payout tomorrow, or I'm processing the one payout tomorrow. If I make the other $200 day and I can get the other payout on Thursday or whenever it comes, I am getting 2 more dang monitors so I can watch these markets a little bit better. Yeah, this is a really, really nice buy setup right here about an hour ago. Yeah, 2620. What a great entry. Well done. Well done. Where's your profit target? Didn't like the London sessions. So you skipped. Yeah. Yeah. London sessions were good, and then they were bad, and they were good, and they were bad. But it ended up being alright for me in the end. But yeah, Dark, where's that profit target on that gold trade? If it were me, profit target 1 would be at 2633. And that's just because that's the bottom of the cloud that I'm seeing right here. Profit target 2 would be 2642.8. And profit target 3 would be 26.54.5. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't stay in that open position into the FOMC minutes. So 26.35. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid. That is a solid profit target. Good luck. I hope it hits. Yeah, what made you execute on that one? Why'd you end up taking that trade? It's a great entry point. I would have taken that trade all day long too. But I would have also had a massive amount of risk. That would have been essentially $1,000 of risk on one contract for a profit target of close to $1,000. Yeah, it's about a 1-to-1 trade. Looks like Fibonacci's and support. Fibs on the pullback. Oh wow, yeah, you're talking about this move here, huh? From the 14th to the 23rd, 25th, whatever that day is. Yeah, I mean you're getting pretty close to hitting that profit target. "20 minutes till stream time is over, folks. But we will meet again." Alright, I'm going to take away this range because this range ended up being so much shorter than I anticipated. This has been such a small range. We're just waiting for FOMC minutes, honestly. Yeah, so what I was explaining a moment ago, one of the trade setups that I like, one of the things I employ in my strategy is taking a look at the direction the cloud is moving. Just because it's a green cloud doesn't mean it has to be moving up. Maybe I can find an example of a green cloud moving down. Well, actually, I can do it right here. It's plain to see that, right here, we start to see this upper band of the cloud moving downward. If I'm buying, we're coming from the buy side of the cloud. We're testing the upper band. We're never getting close to this lower band of the cloud except for right here. This is clearly, especially after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday, 9 a.m. for me, I'm really only thinking about this upper band of the cloud. Because it is moving up, that is a really, really, really good buy signal for me. Especially around here because I have this other identified point of support and resistance. So that is, the direction that the cloud is heading in is absolutely something I consider, which is why, I'm not too attracted to this price right here being a buy opportunity, because it would not surprise me. As I've said, price tends to follow the cloud a lot, as you've seen it do right here for the past you know, essentially the whole day. And yeah, you know, price can continue to follow this cloud down to this point of support. And then FOMC is just, you know, who knows what's going to happen. We might rip to the upside, rip to the downside. We're just going to fart around here for the next few hours, I think. Not necessarily. That red area just means I'm going to turn my camera back on. So you see that we have these two lines. And they have different names in Japanese. Just for better ease of understanding, I'll go by the English names. We'll call it span A and span B. And when we'll say span A is above span B, it makes a green cloud. When span A is below span B, it makes a red cloud. And when I make the video, I'll go into more details about the mathematics behind these two lines that make the cloud. But you know, it's just an indicator of where price might go, and if price is above or below the cloud, that we are in a bearish or bullish trend. Yeah, 2650 on gold. As some of you guys had mentioned, I want to see if that is my point of support and resistance. Yeah, 2650 is absolutely one of those levels that I would be looking at as my profit target. Yeah, so here, because price is below the cloud, that is a signal that we are in a bearish trend. You know, it doesn't mean that it'll last forever. But that's kind of like the very simple, basic way to look at how the Ichimoku cloud works. Like, the way the Ichimoku cloud, whew, look at that. Look at that bullish run. You know, traditional Ichimoku strategy would say to buy. There's other parts of the cloud that I don't show, that I don't really use. But essentially to buy around here. You know, price is closed above the cloud. So buy here, but they would also say keep your risk on the other side of the cloud. That is so much risk, especially on a 1 hour time frame. That is so much risk. So that's why I've kind of changed my strategy to kind of mitigate that risk. But, you know, let's say you bought in here and you just held on to it, given we can't do that in Topstep. But say you held on to it for price to then cross the cloud. You know, whew, golly, that is a large move. A lot of money to be made. Yes, this cloud is showing bearish bias, but remember, higher time frames are always going to be more reliable. So let's take a look at the 4-hour. No, it's okay. It's totally okay. You know, right now we're kind of at this like point of indecision in the 4-hour time frame. We could go lower, we could go higher. But you know, the price has been on the 4-hour. Price has been looking at a bullish move, and you know, if you were trading the 4-hour chart, if you were a long-term trader, you know, you could be looking at a really good buy opportunity on gold. If we take a look at the daily, whew, yeah, we are, again, we're really close to possibly getting out of this bullish trend. We have been in a bullish trend for quite a long time, if you're considering the daily. This is going back to August, early August. So, you know, so that's definitely one reason for me to be bullish on gold, is just that we've been bullish for so long. But God, yesterday just rocked to the downside. Good Lord, that is such a big move. But you can see it testing the bottom band of the cloud. And we are also at this trend line here that has been respected on more than one occasion. Yeah, I mean, gold has just kicked my ass recently. So I haven't been trading gold too much, but you know, if all of these indicators, if these levels can test, if the cloud can be respected, if this trend line can be respected, you know, that's the daily, that's the 4-hour, and I'm going to look at the 3-hour on 1 second. The daily, the 4-hour, let's see if we can look at the 3-hour. I guess, is there a way that I can access the 3-hour? I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I have the 3-hour. You know, it's the daily, 4-hour, 3-hour, and it's this trend line. You know, I would definitely be bullish on gold. However, we got to see what happens with those FOMC minutes. You know, those FOMC minutes could change everything. Oh, I was having so much fun with you guys that I missed my I missed my trade opportunity. We came right down here to that bottom end of the range that I've been talking about all day and waiting for. Oh well, Jomo, I love it. I take so much joy in missing that trade. Wouldn't have been too much of a profit. Would have been 20 points. What the heck are those things? Yeah, with me on the Jomo today, feeling real good about not making that extra money. I love it. So much joy. But what the hell are those emojis? Are those suns? Are those umbrellas? Are they brains? Are they like shellfish? sea urchins. Can I zoom in on that? What is that thing? Darg, what is that emoji? A face in the clouds. Oh, I can I can totally tell. Okay, okay. It honestly looks like a lemon with some lightning behind it, or like a lemon with eyes with some lightning. Okay, a face in the clouds. I take it. Yeah, and one of the things I suggest is kind of using the cloud to help whatever strategies that you guys already have that exist. You know, I've heard a few people say that they've started using the cloud as just another indicator in their tool bag, and it's helped them a lot. And you know, that's great to hear. It is definitely not the end all be all for me. But it's something that helps for sure. It looks like a face covered in snow. Yeah. It's a face in the clouds. How do I make one of those? Search emotes. Face in cloud. Nope, can't find it. Yeah, I appreciate it, Vulcan. You know, you guys have been the best. You guys have been great. You guys make trading fun. Where like I always loved trading, but it was never like fun. But now it's fun. Maybe if I search in these emotes, electric lemon. Search for cloud, okay. Cloud. Ah, it's the first one. How is it the first one? That one is such a better cloud. This is a better cloud. That's a better cloud. Out of all the clouds that I just posted into the chat, that one is the most not cloud of all the clouds. We got 4 minutes left. We've just spent the past 3-4 hours just hanging out in this range. I know, right? It is now, you know, it's going to be at the top of my list out of most frequently used emotes. Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, you know, you guys are most welcome. One, I have no reason to be mean. You guys are great. Two, you guys have been so nice to me. Like, I remember the first stream I had where I just blew accounts and I lost so much money, and you guys were so positive. And after that day, after that stream, I was like, oh, I never expected that. I was like, I just, you know, I knew you guys were great then. I knew this channel was great. I knew the community was great. Yeah. After that first real bad day on stream, which I think was like the third stream, Yeah, I was shocked at how positive you guys were. So, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, but the pleasure is mine, and I am the one who is grateful, for sure. All right, we got 2 minutes left. I'm going to go over a quick recap of the things that happened today. Again, we're just waiting for FOMC minutes. We're just farting around in this range. We're not doing anything. But we did have a good day. This XFA, I will be making a payout. I had a $200 day. So processing a payout tomorrow. Very, very, very happy about that. That will be my third payout in this account. And that would be about a total of $10,000 in payouts, to be honest, from nearly $13,000 in profits. So very, very, very happy to be taking $2,000 out of this account. It'll be that much more difficult to keep the account alive once that payout is processed, but you know what? $300 for $10,000 in payouts, can't complain. We made $200 in this XFA. We are one day away, one $200 day away from taking a payout. So I'm hoping I can take out another $2,000 from this account. That'll make $4,000 for the week. That'll make $14,000 from the month. So payouts. That's what I like most. So really happy with those accounts. We started this new XFA today, and I took it down. I lost 3,000. I was down 3,000 in this account. And then I ended up buying 3 contracts of NASDAQ right around here, exiting right around here, and brought us back to break even, a little bit more, up 87. And then we have this combine that we recently started. This is day 2. Typically, I'd like to have a little bit of a higher profit total on day 2, but I can't complain, especially with FOMC. This account, we were up 1,000, we were down 1,000, we were up 1,000, we were down 1,000, and we're finishing up 1,000. So I can't complain. Green days on all the accounts, payouts coming, everything is hunky-dory. And that is it. That is my trading for the day. Let me take a look at these last few comments or chats. If you remember what I said about trading the European session? Yeah, I know. I am so much better, so much more profitable trading the European session. It kind of makes me sad because I don't know what that's going to mean for the stream. I don't just want to trade the European session. And I'm also, I'm also looking forward to trading the European session, or streaming the European session, I should say. And I will be doing that in mid-January, I'd say. Maybe even closer to the beginning of January. We'll see. Shocked with how mean Justin Warline was to his audience. Justin Warline, is that the guy? No, I'm thinking of Patrick Weiland. I don't know who Justin Warline is. Yeah, maybe I would have looked him up, but now that I hear he's mean, I don't do mean. I like it for, I like nice. I like good vibes. Dark, check the release note of the Topstep X platform. And based on the firm that makes it, they are working on adding the European markets. Cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I do like to meditate, even if I just do it in the shower. Nice subscriber number. Good luck. Are we still at 333? Yeah, that's our lucky number for the day. So, no more subscribers. I need the luck. Just kidding. Happy to have any of you subscribe. Definitely don't unsubscribe because we need those numbers. 337. Oh, we just added 4 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. If you subscribed recently, we have the link to the Discord server in the description. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, so I will be back tomorrow. That is half the devil. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Well, I mean, that's probably why it gives me good luck. Me and the devil are on good terms. He's not too shabby. Anyways, yeah, thank you for laughing along with me. I appreciate it. You know, as always, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. I hope you all come back tomorrow. We will be streaming again tomorrow. And for those of you that are trading into FOMC, be cautious and best of luck. You know, I hope there's a ton of profits out there for you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Goodbye.